intro music. The intro music of the Magic Hat Show. Show. Episode 10. 3 guys, 1 club, no drama. We have Lee, Jam, and Gabs. Lord Vader, Count Dooku, and Darth Maul. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in
once
full
again.
effect. As you know, we always thank our new subscribers on YouTube. Please continue to like, share, and tell everyone about the Magic Hat Show to subscribe. Thank you to all our followers on Instagram and Twitter. Without you, we are nothing. The show doesn't exist. So thank you, all our followers. And just everyone wishing to follow us on both platforms, you can catch us at the Magic Hat Show. So what do we have for today? We have the Dundalk game to talk about briefly. Then we will talk about our trip to Old Trafford.
The big match.
The theatre of wet dreams. So we'll talk about
toilet.
that. The old toilet. Then we shall discuss the player's performance, the manager's performance. Then we go on to the player ratings, the manager ratings, who played for the badge, and who done the opposite, went in the bin. Bri, you know what we're talking about on this one. So it's 3 guys. And Bri, we'd never exclude you. Whenever you're ready to come, son, come on. Then, second segment, we're going to talk about Arsenal fans' criticism towards the role and the tenure of Arsene Wenger. I'm getting tongue-tied now. What have I got Arsene Wenger on my mind? Mikel Arteta. Is it justified? Is the criticism towards Mikel Arteta, not Arsene Wenger, but Mikel Arteta, justified?
10 months in.
10 months in. We shall discuss. Then we shall continue part 2 of going back down memory lane. And if you remember from part 1, we discussed the centre-backs. Then we will give a quick next match prediction when we host Aston Villa, who got a sort of like a beating, didn't they, yesterday?
Well, they got Liverpooled.
Yeah. But we just don't want to be, laughing too hard.
Yes.
Because we host them.
We're going to be laughing hard.
We're going to be laughing hard. Yeah. So we're going to be singing a lot of those songs, like Party
We're going to go through our repertoire of songs for you.
Double. So, yes, what we shall do, we shall start with our game against Dundalk. What do we think quickly? Because, I'm chomping at the bit to talk about Old Trafford.
I thought we made a
pig's ear
and a pig's foot and a pig's backside out of that game.
A whole pig's dinner.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. We made a pig's dinner out of it. I should have just said that. Yeah.
No, but you had to break it down, elaborate.
Yeah, just in case, the old pig's trotters. But I don't even know where Dundalk are in their league or how many divisions they are.
Jamal, the stats.
See, look,
where are they?
Those
I
stats.
have no idea.
See, they're so far away from Arsenal. Jamal can't even find stats for them.
Yeah, I can't.
And I'm always tempted to say Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Well, but they're so far below the. I don't know whether they play in the Irish equivalent of the Championship or the Irish equivalent of League One, but whatever division they are,
The Premier Division.
we should have
the Vauxhall Conference.
What's
Ryman's League.
What's
they
the
are
equivalent?
in their
Premier Division,
Division
yes, but
1.
what's their equivalent? Is it the Championship?
yeah.
How would they fare against the Championship team? Because we made hard work out of that, and if it wasn't for that goalkeeper going walkabout, we possibly would have gone in at 0-0.
39-year-old go.
Yeah, the 39-year-old goalkeeper who,
Hey, that's young, That's in goalkeeping years. That's young.
He done well, and they defended well. They defended heartily.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't obviously going to trouble us on the break
Right.
or carry any threat. They were just looking to thwart us and, keep it down to a lower
minimum,
score
the
Yeah,
lowest
as they
score.
could. But for that first 45 minutes when they were fresh, we looked slow and laboured. There was no zip to our play. And it was like, if we have any kind of ambition of playing in the Champions League, we should have been putting Dundalk to the sword.
Yeah.
We did eventually,
Yeah.
but this is not the calibre of opposition we should be struggling against if we think that we're going to be playing the Champions League.
But
Yeah.
would you say the changes in the side, would you not say it's the likes of Willock, Reece Nelson, etc., Kolasinac,
Yeah.
for them to step up? Do you think if the first team, well, let's say those that are playing more regularly in the first team, would you say that they would have dispatched Dundalk? Because I think it's a culmination of them not, really raising their game, the Arsenal team not raising their game, and the changes.
Yes.
That's just me. That's what I think.
I think as well they expect to just turn up and just
You can't help it though, but
Yeah.
that's not a good mentality to have.
I thought because I saw your reaction to Joe Willock.
He doesn't like
He
Joe
doesn't like Joe
Willock.
Willock, but they were raving about
Lord
him
Vader.
on BT Sport. They were raving about him.
Yeah, but
Especially
A lot of people like
Willock
Willock.
likes him. Yeah,
But why did
Because
they?
he thought-
But and I,
yeah,
a big but.
He had a
I
good
like
game.
big buts, but I cannot lie, and I
Yes.
cannot lie.
yes.
But
Too much.
it's
info.
Dundalk. If Joe Willock can't perform against Dundalk, I'm kind of contradicting myself here by saying, if the team didn't play well, but then Joe Willock did have a good game, but
Yes.
it's Dundalk. If
Yeah.
you're at Arsenal since you were in diapers virtually,
Mhm.
and if you can't perform against Dundalk, then you have no business to be at Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I'm not using him performing against Dundalk as any kind of measuring stick.
Yeah.
I want to see him perform in the latter stages
Mm-hmm.
of the Europa Cup. Then I'll judge him.
Sort
Yeah,
of,
against good teams, and I
Yeah.
want to see him perform in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And when he does get those opportunities, my
Yeah.
man goes missing.
Yeah.
I know he's young and everything else, but then that doesn't stack up when you look at
Yeah.
you move the camera over to Bukayo Saka.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dearie me.
Simple things that Joe Willock should be able to do, like passing the ball accurately in the Premier League. He makes a dog's dinner out of it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jamal, I
Yeah.
know you do back a lot of our players.
Yes.
You've always had a history of backing
Players.
players
Yes.
to the death. Ibue
Yes.
as one. But give them, a case.
Yeah. I thought.
Back
You
their
know,
corner.
I
Back
think-
it, blood.
I thought Dark Vader over here was slightly harsh on Joe because he had a good game.
It's Darth Vader.
Darth.
Lord Vader.
Yeah, Lord Vader to you. Thank you.
I thought he had a good game. I've
Who?
like
Willock?
for the first, I actually saw some skills from him that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, I saw some
Yeah, I
twisted
got
and
some
turning.
techers. Yeah,
I
he
did
was
see
confident,
some techers. Yeah,
but,
I did.
Go on, carry on.
But yes, the big but, which
Yeah.
I agree with him. It wasn't specifically him, but I was more disappointed with other players
You're right.
that they could have shown more
Yes. I understand.
against this kind of competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just flat, like across the board. Like it wasn't.
It's flat like a pancake.
Yeah, it was.
And you know what you say? What
Yeah.
you're saying about
Yeah.
the skills Joe Willock
Yeah.
was pulling out. When you play against, and this goes across the board, like we
Are
say.
you saying
Hold
that
on.
that game is his level?
I'm not going to say that just yet, but we've all played football, and when you play against people that are easier than you,
Yeah.
and you start bringing out all the party tricks,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
step
Yeah, yeah, all
overs,
the
the drag
Rabonas.
backs. That's
Yeah.
how I viewed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you play against people that are better than you,
Yeah.
you kind of go missing because, if I get the ball, you're under pressure. These guys
Yeah.
are better than me. And that's what I find with Joe Willock. He was all well and good to selling those dummies So I'm not even going to call them farmers because, like the guy pointed out, these are professional footballers. You know, and they're living their dream. They're living the dream that I would snatch off of them in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But for Joe Willock to be pulling out all these shimmies and feints like he's Johan Cruyff and Messi and Thierry Henry all rolled into one, I thought was a bit
disrespectful. Yeah,
not disrespectful, but I'm not going to give him the credit for doing that then.
Yeah.
But if he does it against a big team, then I'll say, you're doing something.
He's going to shut you up with a.
I think with Joe Willock, with Joe Willock, it's a case of I don't think he goes missing. I just think his decision making lets him down.
Yeah.
And it's like he'd have a good, goal scoring opportunity, but he would just, come with a Mr. Burns shot. Or it's a case of he's got two men running either side of him and all he has to do is just get that, just get the pass right.
So
maybe missing is not the right word, but he's
just not quite there yet.
Because if you look at
inaccurate.
If you look at he got the man of the match, and creating the most chances.
He's got energy.
Right? He's got a lot of energy, but then look, he lost the most duels, which is 13. That's a lot.
This is what I'm saying.
That's a lot in this kind of game. Like you should not lose in.
This is what I'm saying.
So many one-on-ones,
It's with our players, with some of our players, the fringe players. It's either they need to step their game up. If they don't step their game up, it's goodbye.
Yeah.
Because they're on the fringe. It's like they're either, I can't describe it, but it's like if they don't step the game up, the championship you go.
Well, they needed a loan for me.
I
think the club should have sorted out a loan for him.
Yeah.
And Reece Nelson are in desperate need of a loan. Them sitting and training with the team is to their detriment. They need games regularly against tough opponents.
Yeah.
Playing one game here, one game there, playing against Dundalk, playing against Mulder. They'll probably play against Mulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These are not going to equip them for the Premiership.
Yeah.
Playing the Championship or a team, lower down in the Premiership, get some actual valuable experience, and then we can reassess you at the end of the season. But at this moment in time, they're lacking, and it shows.
So, before we go into the OT game, since you're on that subject, out of the players that we have, fringe players, young players, who do you think is going to make it?
At Arsenal?
At Arsenal. Yeah, of course, as a professional, you expect them to make it. If they don't make it at Arsenal, they'll go elsewhere. But who do you think will make it or has the ability, the quality to make it?
Ooh, it's a tough question, that one.
I think quality-wise, Smith Rowe can actually make it.
We haven't seen him. We haven't seen him.
From what I've seen of him in preseason games. Just the eye test, right? The eye test, he's good.
Right.
But then again, him and Eddie.
Yeah.
You think Eddie will make it? Can
I
make
think
it?
He has the
Eddie?
potential. Yeah, I think. For him to have surpassed Alan Shearer's record at under 21, a guy knows where the back of the net is.
I
think he's got the attributes.
Reece Nelson?
No, not for me.
Reece Nelson, I think he doesn't quite have the urgency. You need certain level of hunger that I don't see in him.
I think he needs to play.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to judge them at this moment in time because when they're playing against poor opposition, or they're being thrown on in the heat of a Premiership tussle, and they're coming up against seasoned pros and they're being squeezed out and they're not being as effective, and then you think, what was the point of you coming on? They need to be playing regularly for a team that plays in a similar way to us, where they can grow, like what Eddie did. It didn't quite work out for him at Leeds. They sent him back early, or we recalled him. Those games where he was at Leeds, away from the comfort and the safety bubble or the safety net of Arsenal, did him wonders.
Yeah, yeah.
And Reece and Joe need that. They need to step away from the safety bubble of Arsenal and get into some proper tussles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to be tested.
That's what I'm going around the roundabout trying to say. They need to be tested.
They have to be tested. It's just
Proper tests, week in, week out.
Yeah. And
Where
then
things are at stake, things are properly at stake. Relegation, promotion, playoffs. For them, there's nothing at stake when they play.
We are so injury prone. I think some of these players will get a chance. But the thing is, when you get that chance, are you going to grab it like Bukayo Saka? Or are you just going to just go through, motions? That's what it comes down to. I think people like Nelson and Willock, these guys, I just don't see that spark, that hunger that you see in Saka. Like when he's on, he's switched on.
It's not even. I don't think
involved in every minute of the game.
Yeah. I don't even think is a hunger, because they've clearly got the hunger to have got to where they've got to. I think that for me, it's they've kind of plateaued.
Yeah.
It will come to Saka. Don't worry about that. Saka will hit a wall where he will kind of be just at the same level. Then he'll have to go up again.
Yeah.
But these lot seem to have hit that wall already.
Yeah.
And it's for them to push through and, whatever by whatever means it takes, get to that next level somehow where you're giving Arteta a problem. At this moment in time, you're not giving Arteta a problem.
I just think they're in that comfort zone. They're playing for Arsenal. They think they made it, right? And they need to be careful because before long,
you're not the young kid on the block.
You're not young kid on the block. Yeah, and then you have to find a club, and then you find yourself in League Two.
In League Two, yeah.
Right? So they need to be careful because they think, oh, this is great, all this media work, all this Insta, right? I'm playing for Arsenal. Mm-hmm. So some of them, I think, they've got that in their head that they've made it. So.
Yeah, there was rumour that Reece Nelson did turn down a loan move in order to fight for his place at Arsenal.
Okay.
So
loan move to where?
I don't know where it was.
I remember reading that.
But apparently,
I can remember.
No, I can't remember what club it was, but yeah, he did. Arteta's even said it in his interviews that the club wanted to send him on loan, and he said, "No, I want to fight for my place."
Fight for his place,
which is admirable.
Yeah.
But show something.
Yeah, you have to fight for
because you just joined a long list of players who, not just at Arsenal, at every club. To be a footballer is the lifelong dream of 95% of boys. If you don't show it, somebody else will.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
or they'll just buy another kid from Brazil.
If that is football or sports in general, it literally is a dog-eat-dog world. If you're not performing, somebody else will do it.
Yeah, it is.
Martinelli's going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. So, just to round off the Dundalk game, so we're summing it up because we need to go to the...
Great goal by Pepe.
Yeah, it was, actually.
Is that his level?
Great goal.
It could be.
Is that his level? Dundalk?
No.
It could be. It could be.
Oh, God.
There's a player in there.
Send in the abuse.
There's a player in there. Carrying from last week's show, there's a player in there.
Direct all the abuse.
Yeah. But yeah, with Dundalk, I suppose we've got the points in the bag.
To win.
And let's hope that we can improve.
Hopefully.
We've got a game, coming up. Molda. So Molda.
Fine, thanks.
Yeah, so Molda is coming up. So now we go to the game. We go to the game yesterday. 4:30 kickoff, and we are playing Ollie, who's at the wheel.
Can I start my repertoire of songs?
Yeah, you can.
We want you to stay. We want you to stay. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We want you to stay.
Ollie's at the wheel.
Ollie the Wally.
Yes.
We like him.
Yes.
Yeah, we love Ollie.
Yes.
He's
So
fantastic.
we, Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1. What will we say before the game?
to the Arsenal.
1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0. My goodness.
So you were saying, yeah?
Yeah, so before the game,
Yep.
what were we saying? Let's be honest now. What were we thinking?
We thought it's going to be a loss. The
Yeah.
the negativity had crept in from the positivity of the previous two games, Man City and Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, it was like, we shouldn't have lost those two games.
Yeah.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't won at Old Trafford for years. We never performed there. Loss incoming.
Yeah.
What was our predictions? Can you remember our predictions?
Well,
I predicted 2-2.
I predicted 2-1 to United, and you predicted 3-1.
3-1, something like that.
Yeah.
It should have been 3-1.
Yeah, well,
But yeah,
I'll take the 3 points.
just thinking back now, I think a lot of people were saying, oh my God, Mustafi's going to start. This is just, there was a lot of trepidation.
That was a major fear, wasn't it?
It was like that sort of feeling, like if we
Squadron.
get a point, it will be a good,
Yeah.
it will be a
Point
good
would have been
result.
fantastic result.
Yeah,
Because I
And
think
because like if you look at it from the start, is we lost 3 out of 4,
Mhm.
right? We lost to Man City, Leicester, Liverpool.
Mhm.
The Leicester game we shouldn't have really lost. The Man City game we shouldn't have really lost. So people were worried if you lose a 4th time that losing becomes a habit,
Mhm.
right? So it was a test because this is a team that on our level that we should beat.
Yeah.
Right? That's how people from the outside saw it. So really I'm so chuffed that, we approached the game right and we got the job done.
Well, I think, as I'm speaking for me, I think I was on the Manchester United hype train.
Yeah.
Gabe said when they got beaten by Spurs 6-1, you've just awoken the beast.
Yeah.
And then the results,
Yeah.
away to Newcastle,
Unbelievable results.
PSG,
Away from home.
they won against Leipzig.
Leipzig thrashed them.
And how highly do we rate Leipzig?
Yeah.
So we're now thinking, oh my days, we've got this hoodoo. We're going up to Old Trafford. We ain't won there since 2006.
Yeah. Since Adebayo winner.
14 years later,
Yeah.
we've got to go up there and produce a win. And we're coming off the back of 2 defeats. Don't look impressive against Dundalk.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my days. And then Jammy Man United. Jammy Man United are just going to do a number on us. So we're now we're thinking, oh my days, man.
Don't let them win. Please.
Don't let them win. And then I suppose I, was swimming in all the Twitter, Instagram, and all the other platforms. Not negativity, but the pessimism. I was swimming in that because I was thinking, oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's true. Oh my God, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
So that's what I was swimming in. It was only until I saw the lineup and I looked at United's bench to see who could come on and hurt us.
Absolutely.
I said to you guys,
Yeah.
looking at their bench,
We got a better bench.
I think we can win today.
Yeah.
It was only then.
It was not just the bench, it was the team. When I
looked at the lineup,
really
our
like,
lineup.
the first time I've been saying for a while that
When I saw Holding.
you need to get Shaka out of this team, right? And if you feel Mustafi, who's, to be fair to him, he's not fit. He hasn't played for months, right? A half fit Mustafi, a full fit Mustafi is it's a liability, but a half fit, he will give you 2 heart attacks a game.
Calamitous.
He will
Is
give
the
you
word
2
I
heart.
think you're looking for.
A half fit Mustafi is a full blown clown,
Yeah.
right? So.
And
So
a full,
I was so glad.
half at Mustafi, you mean, is not a full-blown clown. He's the circus.
Yeah,
So-
he's just
yeah.
Mr. Bean meets Harold Lloyd.
And we've talked about this in the podcast last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Arteta's looked at that goal and zoned in at the two main actors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which were Xhaka and Mustafi, and looked at that game.
You've got to say Tierney as well.
And Tierney's what? But Tierney,
he was up there as well.
Tierney's got a lot of credit. He's got a lot of credit, right? He's got a lot of performances in his bag, right?
Yeah, but for that
So,
goal, you have
For
to
that
look
goal,
at it.
yes,
You
and
have
I'm
to
sure he
include
gave
it.
him. He said, "Listen, you have to do better." But I think he looked at that game and thought, with the pace of Manchester United, with someone like Greenwood, who's actually a very good player, you can't give him a shot.
Mm-hmm.
No mistakes, no errors,
Yep.
zero.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at it and he says, "These two are good squad players, but in this type of game,
You can't.
they
take no
are
risk.
liability."
Well, you
You
could
can't
say
take
that
that
for
risk.
Pepe as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Pepe,
Pepe as well, yeah.
Pepe was not given any responsibility to
Yeah.
play in this game.
Yeah. So he finally, I think Arteta's been going through the squad, finding different teams and combinations, and
This
Right.
is what
And
I
he
said
fell-
last week, isn't it?
and he fell on the right team.
You asked me last week what
Right.
I think he was doing. I
Yeah.
think he's trying to find his
Yeah,
best
good
team.
point. Good point. So I was chuffed as soon as I saw he got holding, pumped him with all kinds of drugs. He goes, anybody but this guy
He said Rob Holding wanted to play.
wanted to play. Yeah,
He stated that he wanted to play. He was half fit.
Yeah, and halfway through, I thought he would have to come off because he.
Rob Holding said in the interview that I saw after the game that he was very disappointed to be injured before the Manchester City game. He goes, he couldn't believe his injury. He goes, talk about bad timing. These is his own words.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to miss
This game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was no way.
Really
No way.
Even,
And I was happy
even
to
if he
see
did
it.
get injured, he wasn't going to tell anybody he was injured. He was just going to
Yeah, I was happy
strap
to
up his
see
leg
it.
and
Yeah.
carry on.
Yeah, I was happy to see Rob Holding in the side because I feared the worst. I thought Xhaka was going to be there, and I thought Mustafi, and then I was thinking, all right, Pepe, but then I was thinking, nah, I prefer Willian
Willian is just,
because his work rate and his experience
yes.
in these games.
I thought Willian had a good game. I saw some comments.
Yeah, there was a lot of
And
people
I know it's
disparaging.
the Twitter.
I thought his performance was very good. He's
But
he's got a relationship now
You
with.
see what it is. Sorry to cut you, but you see what it is they expect that dynamism from him.
Yeah.
Like your Sterling, your Manes, your Salahs to attack. And what Willian was what he was doing is being cute.
Yeah.
He would, take him on a little run, or he would just faint
Stop. Yeah.
and look,
Yeah.
and observe.
But what impressed me in that game is that he's developing a good relationship with his right back.
Bellerin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That pass to him in the second half will get down to
Mm-hmm.
was just quality. Little, just
This
tease
is what I'm
Pogba.
saying, because
Yeah.
you think of what Pepe would have done. He would have just been.
He's not
too,
cute enough.
Yeah, he would have been. He would have been too predictable.
Yeah.
In this game, I believe.
Luke Shaw would have had him in his pocket.
It's not
Yeah,
just-
he would
it's
have
not-
learned. Luke Shaw would have learned his lesson.
Sometimes unpredictability is good, but in that type of game is the reason why he opted with. He wants Arteta wants a player who number one keep the ball, right? Don't give the ball away,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but unpredictability is never good. Because sometimes you can just what's the word I'm looking for? Unsettle your own team.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because with
No
Pepe,
one
yeah.
would be able to know what he's doing.
yeah. You need to be a great player to be unpredictable.
yeah, that's it exactly.
Right?
You need to be
He's not-
unpredictable
yeah,
within
yeah,
a setup.
yeah.
So you do what you're told, but
Yeah.
at those moments you
Right?
can
And
pull something out the
overhead
bag.
kick by Cristiano is unpredictable, but he's really good. Yeah. So what I liked about him is
Mhm.
he first of all he retains the ball. Second, right? He can dribble,
Mm-hmm.
right? He can actually drive through, like carrying the ball into the final third, and he knows how to buy a foul, bring other people into the play. The one criticism about him is I would like him to have more shots because he's got a really good shot.
Yeah.
He took one shot in the whole game, cracked the post, the bar.
Yeah, well, Willian.
So that,
I think
but I saw a lot of some player ratings that I saw in a lot of like 5 and 6.
I think
really harsh.
Sorry, Gabe. So was you going to say something?
No.
No, I just think with Willian just needs to acclimatise.
Yeah, he's only a few games into his
but a lot of
career.
people they want the performance now, yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think he just needs to find his feet. And once he does, and remember, he's an old boy as well. So he'll be, the pace would have declined. So he'll be using more of that, his noodle, when it comes to that. So that's hence why he wasn't just running at Luke Shaw, running at the defence.
Yeah,
he was trying to be cute.
I thought quietly he had a very good game.
Yeah, I thought he had a good game.
And from the off, I think you saw what Arteta has actually instilled in his team. How they play, press high, get on top.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
Did
why
you expect that? Did you expect?
Not at Old Trafford, honestly.
I expected
us.
Did you think we were going to?
I thought we would, based on what we did against Manchester City and what we did against Leicester. We were on the front foot against Leicester, and against Manchester City, we played a similar sort of games. To the point, like I've said before, where Manchester City were hanging on and running down the clock.
Yeah.
So I knew we had it in us. Mm-hmm. I just didn't think we would execute it. As well as we could.
Like, I expected us to actually play the same way, but I didn't expect us to be so high up.
Yeah.
Because of the pace of Rashford and Greenwood, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was like I think Arteta's just told them, listen, this is not a vintage United team, right? You need to carry the game.
Well, I think I agree with you. I think as well that
because
that's as poor a United team as it
before
is.
The game, after the game, when he said, I haven't told him about the 14 years we haven't won there. He goes, just play your game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but that Aubameyang said that he knew about it, so Arteta keeping it away from them was a moot point. I'm sure the word spread and players are not living in some kind of bubble. Well, they would have known what the history of the match is.
Of course, they would know, even if they didn't know the exact period of time. They would know it's been a long time.
Yeah,
that we haven't won, and I think they would just want to send a message out that, listen, don't discredit us.
Yeah.
And talking about discredit, I listened to Roy Keane and Tim Cahill, and they're both their opinions on the Arsenal game, us versus United.
Yeah.
And did you listen to it?
Bits of it, yeah.
Yeah, so Roy Keane is saying that he's discrediting our win by saying that United are poor.
Yeah.
That's why we won. And we got gifted a penalty. And he was saying, Arsenal, he was making the fact that we've lost 3 games.
Yeah.
How many have Man United lost?
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't even know. I don't even know anybody pays attention to Roy Keane anyway.
Well, this is where I was going to come in, because I was and I like anybody who can stand up to someone, of Roy Keane's stature, because Tim Cahill stood up to him, and he was trying to bully boy. He was trying to, bully Tim Cahill, and Cahill stuck to his guns and said, you could see that Arsenal through their defeats, have identified what they should do, and they executed it.
Yeah, I agree.
In tonight's game, as Sunday's game. And I said, yes, Mr. Cahill, well done. And then Jamie Redknapp echoed and said, you could see where Arsenal are going. This is a team with direction. They've sorted out their defence. They've sorted out their midfield.
Yeah.
And you can see with United, I can't see no direction. Where is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer taking this team? So I just wanted to, like I said, we've won. We're waxing lyrical about, our performance.
Yeah.
Does Roy Keane, has he justified?
No, Roy Keane has not justified anything. He has no point.
So this is where we go into it now,
and
say what we saw.
Yeah.
Why, against his argument, what did we see?
Well, let me say first things first about Roy Keane. The guy just cannot. He's one of these pundits like Graham Souness who just cannot give any other team praise. If it's not their team, they can't praise the opposition.
Thank you.
Which is why when he comes on with his stupid beard, and when he's gonna be angry, he's got his big bushy beard, and he looks like some kind of mass murderer who should be banged up in some cell and never see the light of day again. But nonetheless,
what category A?
Yeah,
Nick?
It should be category A. Strange ways, setting fire to mattresses on A wing.
Where was Bronson from? which?
Yeah, he's
which mad prison was he?
Yeah.
I can't stand Roy Keane, but nonetheless, when Arsenal were losing, I remember people were never saying, "Well, this is the only reason that team won is because Arsenal were very poor." They're always waxing lyrical about the opposition and how well they played.
Yeah.
And then Arsenal playing poor would be some far, far, far excuse that you'd have to get your binoculars out or you'd have to turn the volume up to hear it.
Yeah.
Arsenal being poor when we were poor was never an excuse.
Yeah.
I think they just annoyed that we ripped up the script. It was spineless Arsenal, Rashford hat-trick. Oh, look how poor Arsenal's defence is. Look how they just walking around the pitch. Where's the closing down? We made this Man United team poor.
And let's have it right. Like I said, they were a team in form.
Exactly.
They were a team in form.
And
no one saw this win from us coming. Let's have it right.
Yeah.
We look poor against Dundalk, as I said.
I'm sorry to cut you. The other thing I wanted to say, Roy Keane has some nerve to talk about Arsenal getting gifted penalties.
Thank you.
He's got some nerve.
That's Manchester United, isn't it?
He's got some nerve to talk about.
It's called Penchester United.
Arsenal getting any kind of penalty at Old Trafford. And
Thank you.
That's another thing that these footballers who have played the game and they just can't be take off their rose tinted glasses for the teams that they play. I don't even know why they employ that man. Get somebody on who's unbiased, who's just going to call it one way or the other. Why have you got a ex-Man United player
and he's
talking about a Man United game? Get somebody else.
Yeah, because
don't have ex-players. Don't have ex-players talking about their old clubs. Simple. Then you just get an unbiased, unfiltered view.
Yeah,
I don't mind an ex-player, but at least give me an insight about the game. Tell me why Manchester United lost.
Well, he thought won. He did. He thought he justified.
No, all he's saying is, they're terrible. They're shambolic.
But that's what I'm saying.
They're like all the time talk about heart and running and
passion. That's what you hear. Passion. There's no passion.
Give me the breakdown. No,
is passion a tangible thing?
The game is so tactical now that matches are lost on the minute.
But he took away. Sorry to cut you, but he took away their win, and it was a good win, midweek win against Leipzig.
Yeah.
He said Champions League is like chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese.
Yeah,
the Premiership is a different. It's a different.
He's
whatever
in a tight
it is,
spot.
Animal.
He's
different beast.
Him, right? He's in a like he doesn't want to dig out his old mate.
Yeah, right? But that's not even the issue for me.
Yeah.
The issue for me is what you've just said, where football is now a tactical beast.
Of course.
Roy Keane is
There you
not a
go.
tactical analyst by any stretch of any imagination.
He's not an analyst, but even if he was, he's not going to talk about that because that will show up why Ole Gunnar's.
But it's not even gonna talk about it, Jamal. Full stop, because he had his opportunity as a manager. I don't remember him being a tactical genius.
Thank you.
So
And
when
I believe
you're
he
talking
got
about
sacked.
exactly, so when, like you say, the game has moved on to this tactical chessboard of football now. Roy Keane isn't equipped to talk about that side of the game. He's equipped to talk about great tackles and
heart and passion,
heart
roll
and
up
running,
your sleeves.
which are intangible things. I've never understood when fans talk about, I want to see more passion from my player. What is that? What is more passion? I don't understand what more passion is going to bring to to a footballer. When you played football at amateur level, when you played five-a-side, what did passion bring to your game? How did passion enhance your game?
Yeah.
And then you transfer that thinking up to 11-a-side and professional football. How does passion enhance anything?
Thank you.
And what is it that these players are talking about now with Arteta? They're talking about how Arteta's come in and he's improved the tactical aspect.
Thank you.
He hasn't said, lads, you need more passion. We're going to work on. We're going to work on passion this today. When you come in, we're going to work on passion.
Okay.
At London Colney today,
Yes.
the word is passion. With the
Thomas
letters P.
Partey, come on, you need more passion. Show more passion.
Show more passion, son. Show more passion.
Eat more passion fruit. Show more passion. But it's
it's a nonsense.
It's very like with him and Souness is very old school. Chopper Harris, you know, Rodney Marsh, you know, Norman Bite Your Legs Hunter.
On a side note, did you see Jamie Carragher call out Graham Souness?
Yes.
What a thing of beauty.
Good man.
What did he say?
Graham Souness was bitching and whining about a tackle.
Yeah.
I was saying how
Jordan Pickford on
from last week,
and then
Van Dijk.
And then Carragher turned around and said,
on people.
I don't know how you can come out and say this, mate, with the tackles you did.
You used to put in.
Like, please.
He used to stomp on people's balls, man.
Nuts. Nuts so hazel nuts.
That tackle, I had to go. Someone posted a clip, and the tackle he did on that guy's nuts was unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
It's iconic, mate.
He wanted to crack both of them.
Him, you know, it was worse than Vinnie Jones grabbing Gascoigne's nuts.
It was.
That was Sunday league tackling, not professional football, man. That was unbelievable.
And where was the ball?
The two balls were between the man's legs.
I mean the black and white one.
They were black and white after he finished.
Graham Souness.
But we can come back off that detour now, back onto the motorway.
Yeah.
Where is it? M25?
Oh my God, we're gone.
Yeah, so, you know, like I said, because we are jubilant.
Exactly.
We're very happy.
Yep.
But they're trying to take the gloss
Of course.
off what we saw as a fan base, what we saw, and even the neutrals saw. We saw pressing. We saw individual performances.
Passing. Yeah.
We saw team play. We saw what we haven't seen, because let's get it right. This is our third time of asking, because 3 seasons in a row, Man United have been there for the taking. The 2-2, where we should have won. Last season, where we should have won 1-1.
Yeah.
And we haven't taken that chance. So it was always going to come, but this has been the best performance I've seen so far. For a long time.
But to play devil's advocate, I can see why they're umming and ahhing and they don't want to give us credit. Until we do it regularly, that will be the time when they... Because we've done this before where we've gone... So we beat Man City at their height, 3-0, but didn't transpire into anything.
Yeah.
So until we can do it a few times and do it convincingly, plus beat the teams we're meant to beat, we're not going to get any credit for anything.
Of course.
Yeah,
but we know this.
Yeah.
So that's why, yes, we are jubilant that we've got the monkey off our back. We've beaten that hoodoo.
We've been coming close. Yeah.
And however, we as a fan base are not thinking, Villa next, rubbing the hands with glee. Leeds after that, rubbing the hands with glee. We've got to carry it. We need to go on a run now.
Yeah.
We need to go on a run because we a lot of people are saying, oh, well, we've lost 3 games.
Yeah.
But those were, we played how many? Big
Played
teams?
7 games, and we've played Man United away, City away, and Liverpool away.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
3 tough games.
And then you put Leicester in there.
And like I said last week, I'm glad we've played those games early.
Yeah.
Because it put us in
Let
our
us
place.
know,
We didn't get an easy run up and then all of a sudden the wheels come off
Wheels come off.
Flintstone styles.
Yeah.
We've had to battle and learn about ourselves.
Hard, man. Yes.
And that's going to stand us in good stead
like
for the rest
you said,
of the season.
The point that you made, Gabes, I've got to say kudos to you. Well done to you, because when we won yesterday, what you said last week sprung to mind. It sprung to mind. So all we need to do now is take that Old Trafford, because the saying is you're only as good as your last game. You can't think that, okay, we've beaten United now, Villa next. Because Villa's going to be a different opposition. They're going to come with the low block.
Liverpool thought exactly that. It's going to be an easy game, and they got a hiding.
Exactly.
Right?
So you cannot take your eye off, and especially the way the league is going.
Yeah.
And the thing for me, sorry to cut you, Lee, the thing for me as well is that, like I said before, this Arsenal team is reminiscent, in my mind, to the Chelsea team that was coming before Mourinho took over.
Ranieri times, yeah.
Yeah, this
Yali.
Arsenal team reminds me of that. We've got that about us. We should not have lost to... We've played well against Manchester City and Leicester. We shouldn't have lost those games, but we did. And we're in this process where we're going to lose games that we shouldn't lose, and we're going to win games that maybe we're not expected to win.
Yeah.
But the process that Arteta talks about, you can see it's slowly coming to fruition. He's finding...
Slowly and gradually.
Yeah, he's finding the players that work for him, the players that are capable of doing what he wants. Those that are not are going to get sidelined.
Slowly.
Next season, he'll have more of his
out.
team.
Yeah.
And then we, like I said, keep saying week in, week out, within 2 or 3 seasons, we are going to have a beast of a team.
Yeah. Yeah, because he has said, as bold as it may sound, he wants to win the Champions League in 3 seasons' time. So the forward thinking, the planning that's ahead. So where, and that's a good goal to have, good ambition to have.
Yeah, you've got to say it. Like you said last time, you've got to speak it into truth. There's no point keeping it to yourself.
Yeah.
Tell the players what your ambition is. This is where we want to go. We are here to win the Champions League. And now I've put it out there. It's much the same as Wenger, when Wenger said we can go the season unbeaten. And how everybody chuckled and laughed and rubbed their, grabbing their signs. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he didn't say it, the players wouldn't have believed it.
Thank you. Because he said in his book, didn't he? He said in his book that he told them at the beginning of the season, I believe we can go the season unbeaten. And if you put that in their minds, it's like, right.
Yeah. There's no great science to it. It's all psychological, like we've
not
said.
Passion. Not about passion.
No, it's not about passion. Like we've said, Lee, and we've done it at amateur level. The thing with football is you can translate things from amateur level to professional level. There is no science to it other than, you can pass the ball more accurately.
Yeah, the ability.
Accurately than me, or you can run faster than me.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in life with psychology. That's why these people study psychology. If you get inside somebody's head, you can make them do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's the same with football. That's why they talk about man management. People like Harry Redknapp. You fill somebody's head up with gas. You put your arm around their shoulder and you tell them, listen, you're the best player in the world, son. Don't listen to what anybody else is telling you. Yeah. And then your manager's telling you that you're going to go out and perform out of your skin.
But this is another point Roy Keane made. You don't need a manager to tell you that.
Roy Keane.
It should be inbuilt.
Because this is why
it should be innate.
This is why he failed at, was it Sunderland and Ipswich and all them.
So what, Roy Keane didn't have Brian Clough telling him he was great?
He said at the age of 9, and correct me if I'm wrong for quoting this, but he said at the age of 9 he didn't need anyone telling him.
Well, that's him. That's Roy Keane.
I'm sure Alex Ferguson told him plenty of things.
Exactly.
Clough told him.
What his parents never told him, Roy, you're a good player.
Well, he was dropping it like that. He said, it should.
I think he put it in his head that no one told me anything. But
Roy Keane's a donut, mate.
In reality, can you imagine Alex Ferguson? How many hair dryers Roy Keane took?
Listen, the brains behind, and another thing I firmly believe in, footballers are just the puppet master is the manager.
Of course.
The brains of the operation is the manager.
Yeah, the buck stops with him.
So you're just you just have a skill set that nobody else has. But the puppet master is the manager. So the manager is the person who's telling you what to do. The manager's telling you, Roy Keane, when he plucked you from Nottingham Forest, he didn't say, Roy, go and do your thing.
Be passionate, son.
Yeah. He told you what to do.
Go on the field of play and show me the passion. All the passion you've got, son.
Roy Keane's rewriting history in his head.
Exactly.
Because what did you say, Games? What did you used to say when we used to run the football team? A team is a reflection of its
manager.
Yeah.
Why, thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can see it. Arsenal were a reflection of Wenger. United were a reflection of Fergie. Liverpool were a reflection of Klopp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This Arsenal team are a reflection of Arteta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've got Man City reflection of Pep. It's not, you don't have to be a great psychologist. I like reading books and I look at stuff, and it's just amateur psychology 101.
Yeah,
you get in somebody's head, you can make them do anything.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
You know why they have FBI profilists and FBI psychologists?
Yeah,
they know
criminologists.
Yeah, they know the human mind. So Roy Keane's being disingenuous.
Yeah,
and that is the word of the day.
Yeah, and with the letter D. Oh my goodness. And why not just give credit where credit's due? Because even on this show, right, we are 100% Arsenal, but we give credit to other teams, players, managers, other clubs.
I think it weakens your argument. If you can't, I hate other teams. I dislike Liverpool. I dislike United. I dislike Chelsea.
Spurs.
I dislike Spurs. I dislike any team. I don't even watch them if I can help it. But I will give credit when a team is good.
Yeah,
I think it just weakens your argument if you can't even say, you know what, that was a great Liverpool team. That was a great Manchester City team. That was a great United team.
Yeah.
That was a great Arsenal team.
Yeah.
Just say it. It just weakens your argument. It's like, you know what, you just
hate.
Petty.
Yeah, you're just full of hate.
Yeah.
Because he can't bring himself. He cannot bring himself. And he knows Arsenal are turning the corner because he's been so used to being on ITV, being on Sky, and saying the same thing. Oh, well, Arsenal.
To be fair to him, he did say,
they're weak.
I heard him say that he would love Partey in the Manchester United midfield.
I heard that.
That's an individual player.
Yeah.
Wouldn't give credit to the team.
He won't give credit to the manager, which Tim Cahill did.
Yeah.
Because Tim Cahill said that he could see where Arsenal are going, and you've got to give praise and credit to Arteta.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that.
Well, you'd have to be Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles all rolled into one to not see where Arsenal are going.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like I said, so what did you see? How did we nullify Man United? How did we nullify their threat? And how did we, in my eyes, make them look ordinary?
Come on, Jamal. It's time for you to shine, Jamal.
Yes.
And bask in the glory of your crystal ball viewing.
I did see a win, right?
So
what
made them?
What player?
I think first I think they played this horrible diamond formation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think everyone noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
which
this diamonds.
McTominay and Fred, Pogba, and what's his name? Who's that other guy?
Fernandes?
Yeah. But like the combinations were all wrong. But actually what we did right was our pressing from the off.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we decided to play the game in the final third.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's in some games, I thought the Liverpool game, we were far too deep, right?
Mhm.
With far too deep, which invited the pressure. And once you get stuck in that box,
Mhm.
right, it's very hard against a good team, which
Yeah.
is like any team actually right now,
Yeah.
right? All the teams, they play this pressing style. They're onto you. There's no space, right? So you need to act first.
Yeah.
So I think what I liked about is the tone of the way we started the game was so on point,
Yeah.
right? Win your battles,
Mm-hmm.
right? From the off, from Lacazette, Uber, Saka, Willian, the pressing was amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Back to the midfield, the defenders.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone was working as a unit. So many times we've seen Arsenal in these type of games where it's individuals and not unit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the partnerships.
Yeah.
Right?
And you know what
Saka-
the other thing was?
yeah,
We actually
yeah.
had legs in the midfield.
Oh my
Yeah.
days.
You know,
We
your,
had-
your
we
man,
had-
the Egyptian king,
Hallelujah.
the Pharaoh.
The Egyptian Pirlo, right?
Pharaoh.
And, I gotta
Right?
get
Pharaoh
it.
of
I
Old
gotta
Trafford.
get it in there just before you do.
I did say last week.
Ryan said the Egyptian king and Partey are the new Vieira
Yeah.
and Petit.
Fair enough, fair
Brian,
enough.
I had to mention
They
that.
have to do it again.
Yeah, go
So
on.
the thing is, I did say last week that the Egyptian king
You called
was,
it.
yeah.
You did.
I told him that I want him in that midfield because that releases Partey.
Yeah, you
Right?
did call
And
it.
he's got the legs. The absolute.
Yeah. But
I've
he's-
got to
not
give him
just-
full credit for his
He's got
performance.
the
yesterday.
legs, and he knows the thing that I've noticed about him is he knows when you need to drop and when you need to go out of the formation and press.
And
right?
sorry to cut you, Jabal.
Yeah.
What I like and what was my main criticism of Xhaka was his, for somebody who has such a vast passing range, he's a very negative passer.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? El Neni would receive the ball and turn.
Yes.
He wouldn't pass the ball back the way it just came.
Not turn, right. What I've loved in that game was there were certain points where there was no open pass.
Yeah.
Wrong with it.
Yeah.
Take it, drive through.
Yeah.
Right,
And that's what I
that
liked about
put
him.
the whole formation of Manchester United out of joint.
Yeah.
But this is what we said from the week before. People carry the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes
And
players
his
out.
positioning. I've always said about him, I love his position. He's not going to give that ball away, but he knows where to stand. This is what Mertesacker had.
Yeah.
Mertesacker was
But
not
you
greatly
know-
quick, but he knew where to actually stand.
Mm-hmm.
But you know where this seems to have come from? Because this is a different El Neni to the El Neni that left. So his time in Turkey,
Turkey, yeah.
his time in Turkey is obviously
Helped him.
what helped him, which
Yeah.
is which ties into what we were saying before about the youngsters getting time under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It molds you into the player you are. This El Neni is a different beast to the one we had.
Yeah.
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 I think for me, I do remember speaking to an Arsenal fan in my old place of work,
Yeah.
and I liked him when he came. And I remember a game where him and Coquelin bossed the midfield at White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
And I said, El Neni. But then he dropped off and he just became Mr. Sideways,
Yeah.
passing basic,
Lack of
Yeah.
confidence.
lack of confidence.
Yes.
But yesterday, and in a few games, but especially yesterday, El Nene was a different beast, man.
I think ever since
El who?
Charity Shield, like the
Yeah,
Charity Shield,
yeah.
ever since Charity Shield, right? Every time that he played, like he didn't
Every
deserve to
time,
get dropped.
Yeah, every time
I
he's
think
played.
I
Right.
think he's cemented his
Of course.
his position. I think
Yeah.
I think Arteta has stumbled onto the midfield going forward until either of Partey or El Neni
get injured.
get
Honest-
injured or their performances drop.
Because Ceballos, let's
Yeah.
have it right,
Yeah.
he hasn't been playing well. And Xhaka, surplus to requirements.
Play
not
them
mobile.
play them in
Yeah.
the Europa League.
Yeah.
Play them in the
Yeah.
Europa League. I think
Until they show you
Ceballos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't even think Ceballos can get back. I'm thinking forward because what Arteta clearly wants is to play 4-3-3. It's got to be Partey, El Neni, and one AN other.
Yeah.
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 And I think it's whoever, just play whoever's in form, right? There will come a time where Xhaka's the man on form.
Mm-hmm.
Ceballos is the guy.
But this is
right?
what competition does.
It's competition, right? So the thing is, it's what I didn't like about the Leicester game is that there were players playing that I didn't think deserved to start that game. Right? So it was good because I was dreading Xhaka in that back three. I was like, oh my goodness. Can you imagine Rashford just running through?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a complete performance, and it was telling that when the reporter was speaking to Arteta and he was saying that, oh, money well spent on Partey and what's his name? Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
And you know what Arteta said?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then he played well.
Yeah.
And then he played well, which he did.
And walked away. Right?
So,
which is a fantastic thing. Again, this ties into the psychology of it. And then he's going to be buzzing off of hearing the manager call him out personally after the interviewer mentioned 2 other players.
Yeah.
That's the psychology of he's getting into his head.
Who were outstanding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think coming back, I think having someone like Partey in that midfield takes you from a very good team, a good team, to a top class team.
Look at the passes that he was doing. What have I been saying for years and years? Our passing is
shocking.
Passing is shocking, but my man's just
so shocking.
Left, right, outside of the foot, nutmegging Fred.
Alley-up. Yeah, he was just alley-up.
And it's like we've missed this passing for
it's
years.
Pinpoint, though. It's pinpoint.
An option that
it's pinpoint accuracy.
This is something
that
drove me mad. It's like you are a professional footballer. Why are you passing the ball so poorly?
Yeah. And it's not just about passing. Is when you have to, he can dribble.
He can dribble. He can shoot.
He can get out, and that.
Yeah. So what I want to do, right? I want to go into the player ratings because we can then go into depth on each player because we're going to be waxing lyrical about the team's performance and the player's performance. Yeah. So now it's the player and manager ratings. Right. So we go to Bernd Leno. Right. For me, I'm kicking this off. I thought Bernd Leno deserves a 9. I'm giving him a 9. Reason why? I thought he was Mr. Safe Feet.
What, he didn't have his slippers on this week?
He didn't have his slippers on. He did not have his jellies. He didn't have his slippers on. He didn't have his sandals on.
Yeah.
He didn't have his flip-flops on.
He had football boots on.
He had football boots on.
But don't tell me that you weren't nervous when the ball was going back to him and Man United players were creeping in and running at him and you're thinking, come on, son.
Yeah.
Kick that ball.
Yeah.
But,
don't tempt fate.
But as the game grew, I was like, you know what? Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
I was nervous until that whistle went.
Yeah, it wasn't like what was the team? The Irish team? not the Irish team. Was it the Irish team? No, the team.
Vienna.
Yes,
Rapid
Vienna.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that. That was just a one-off. No, but no, he definitely had studs on, moldeds. He definitely. Leonard was fantastic yesterday. His distribution was fantastic. Over to you, Jamal.
Yeah, I thought, his distribution was on point. But what I liked about him was he went long at the right times, right? So it wasn't that, we didn't say that sweeper keeper that you rave about.
Me?
We didn't see him herring out and just passing it to an opposition player. Yeah. So
I think sucked.
Yeah,
and you know what it was? Why I say Leonard was so good is because he had Manchester United players not even believing in the press after a certain time.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? He's not gonna he's not gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I could see them and they were like, nah, just
they were under instructions. Press him, try and make him a mistake.
Yeah, and it was just like he just sucked it out of them. All right, come. Then they'll just pass it.
And the great thing was he didn't need to make a lot of saves.
Yeah.
Right, because what was it, like a 2 saves?
His catching was good.
Right, his catching,
was good yesterday.
And that was the thing that stood out for me is, listen, you don't have to play it short all the time. If you need to, if you're getting closed down, it's okay to launch it.
Yeah. Man.
Right? So I think, I agree with you.
Yeah, okay. So,
9.
Lord to the Vader.
I'm going to give Leno an 8. I thought he had a very good game.
Yeah.
However, and
No buts, no big buts in this one. I just think it wasn't worthy of a 9 because he had nothing to do. If he'd have pulled out a string of saves and, he had an easy day at the office.
Fair point.
So I'm going to give him an 8.
Fair point.
Yeah.
So we go on to Hector Bellerin, Hector Bellerin. Right. Bellerin had the best game I've seen him play in an Arsenal shirt for a long time. Since the Bayern Munich game. Since that Bayern Munich game. Bellerin was a bad boy yesterday. I don't give a damn. Yeah. He was a bad boy. Defensively, offensively. He's getting an 8.5 from me.
Yeah.
Bellerin, passing. The passing accuracy was on point.
Yeah.
As an outlet, he was on point. Defensively, he was on point. Listen, 8.5.
Yeah.
Hector Bellerin.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
What's his heat map saying?
His heat map, he was everywhere.
He was everywhere,
guys.
And it's not the brown stuff.
He was everywhere. So the thing is, what I liked about him is, one criticism of him is the crossing, right? That game, the crossing were on point. I think that chance to Uber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he hit that too hard.
He hit that
too hard. But
you know what? He didn't look. Because if he had said, you know what, I'm a aim.
But I think he was trying to. I can't criticize him too much for hitting it that hard because if it had taken a touch off any of the defenders, it would have been an own goal.
Yeah.
So I could see the thinking behind it, and I think partly Aubameyang was caught on his heels.
Yeah.
With
He
that.
didn't
gamble.
He didn't expect it.
Gary Lineker would have been sliding before that ball was even hit.
Yeah.
Pipo Inzaghi.
Yeah, they'd have gambled on that. I think that was just
a fraction there. And he could have been unsighted as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his passing, his probing the whole game, like the lungs that this guy has, which is unbelievable, right? And his relationship with Willian was on point, right? And he won the actual pen. So I'm giving him a 9. That was a 9 out of 10.
9. Wow.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give.
Quality performance by
I was gonna give Hector Bellerin a 9, but I'm gonna take a 0.5 off for him tucking his shirt into his shorts. He really needs to stop.
You're not gonna give him a point,
but that's the game nowadays.
No. I think
that's the game.
He needs to stop with this Zoolander. Hold on, let me finish. He needs to stop with the Zoolander nonsense.
Come on, that's just.
Did you see that clip? Did you see that clip? Did I send it to you? When they're in the changing room and Hector Bellerin has got, he's got changed, he's got fully dressed, and he's got this oversized coat, and they're like taking a mick out of him. Hector, turn around. It's like,
yeah, Hector's dress sense
his dress
abominable.
Sense is disgusting.
He is Zoolander, but I will return that 0.5
exactly
for
that penalty.
For the dramatic fall that he took after he was stepped on. I thought it was fantastic.
That used to be us.
Exactly.
That used to be Rooney.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, Salah wins the most theatrics.
Exactly.
Award.
So, you could see
Mo Salah.
You can see that's not in his repertoire. He needs to work on that a bit more, falling down. Because he made a bit of a meal of it.
Yeah, he went down.
He went down in stages.
Yeah.
But fantastic tumble, Hector. Worthy of a 0.5. So I'm going to give Hector a 9. I thought that was, in all seriousness, a fantastic right-sided performance. Can you please work on your throw-ins? You've accumulated a number of foul throw-ins this season. So can you work on that, please? But a fantastic performance, and he looks like he's slowly coming back to his best.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so
Hector foul throw Bellerin.
Yeah, well done.
AKA Zoolander.
Yeah, fantastic. And stop tucking your shirt. I'm looking at the picture now. It looks ridiculous. Why are your shorts so high up on your waist?
It's a fashion statement.
It will catch on.
It's never catching on.
Okay, so we go over to Super Rob, Super Robert Holding. Yes, so Robert Holding, I was very, very pleased to see him in a starting lineup. I've got to admit, his performance was solid. It was a first-class performance.
Yeah.
He's getting a 9 for me. He was solid. His passing, which I've criticised him about, has been, has been a bit shoddy. But for a man who's come back from injury and to play like that, and especially against pace merchants like Greenwood and Rashford, man, I've got to give it to Holding.
How old is Holding?
Isn't he about 25 or something like that?
He's
Stats man.
He's 26, isn't he?
Yeah, 26. I don't think he's that old, is he?
I think he's
Should
26,
be.
isn't he? Yeah, he's 25.
Okay.
Why, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
What did you give him? You gave him a 9.
9.
9,
I got to give Holding a 9 because the back line, anyway.
The ratings Henry Winter is giving him, he's giving him a 7. No, he's giving him a 6.
Rob Holding a 6.
And he's giving Harry Maguire a 7.
Yeah, but he's been...
The fridge a 7.
He's probably been tweeting bollocks while the game was on.
Slabhead. He's giving that slabhead.
He's given Harry Maguire a 7 and Rob Holding a 6.
Yeah.
Up yours.
His friend...
Pardon my language. Pardon my French. Va-tu fait foot. Oops, excuse my French.
Go on, Jamal.
And you don't want to know what that means in French.
I think I'm chuffed for Holding because this is the ground where he got injured. Remember?
Yes, remember? The 2-2?
Yeah. Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, the
I don't know,
Lingard dance floor.
You guys' memory is a lot better than mine.
Yeah, it's about 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago because the other one, McTominay scored last season for them.
Exactly.
And
This is why we
2-2.
I was showing patience with Bellerin, to come back from an ACL. It's a long road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he had. I think Arteta was saying that he barely had training, so he just came in and he was neat and tidy. He was aggressive, dominant, everything you would want in a defender and more.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I was really impressed with him. Really impressed. I'll give him 9 again.
Wow, 9's all round.
9's all round.
9
for me, as somebody who's been critical of Holding, I'm going to give him a 9. I thought that him and Gabriel as a partnership, or at the back, their physicality and the tackles and the robustness and the bruising tackles they put in, I thought they were great. And don't forget, he got a yellow card.
Yeah,
and he managed to play the game. As soon as he got that yellow card, I was fearing the worst. I was thinking, boy, this is a red card waiting to happen.
Especially with Mike Dean.
Yes, and he
in top form.
He managed the game superbly well.
Yep.
So I'm gonna also give him a 9.
Brilliant.
I thought he did very, very well.
Brilliant. On to Gabriel. This guy, week in and week out, top performer, star performer. 9.5 for me. Like you said, Gabes, him and Holding were on a booking very, very early. I screamed in the group.
Yeah.
I screamed in the group because I said, Mike Dean, he's going to get him sent off.
Yeah.
Mike Dean, you bald bastard.
Yeah. And then, Mason Greenwood tried to get him sent off.
Yeah.
And what I loved about him, and he, like Tierney, relishes the battles. He relishes them. And he kept Rashford silent, Greenwood silent.
Yeah.
He kept all comers silent. And Rashford was just moaning and groaning. Yeah. He just couldn't get no change out of Gabriel. I salute you, sir. 9.5.
9.5. Oh, fantastic. I'll give Gabriel a 10 because
we need some trumpets for that.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a 10 because he's He's my man of the match.
He's awesome, man.
Right,
That
because
guy. I don't want to speak
what I love
too
about
soon.
him is that mix of aggression and control.
Yes.
Is very hard to find.
What about a tackle? What about a tackle on Matic?
Right? And he was screaming for a pen.
Look
It's
at
not
the
a pen.
VAR. Look at it. You son
You
of a...
useless idiot.
Anyway,
Right?
I don't want to swear on the
That's
show.
how desperate they
Let's
were.
keep it clean.
Yeah, he picked his pocket, didn't he?
Let's keep
Yeah.
it clean.
That's how.
But he needs to watch out though. He's gonna miss time one, or he's gonna get called against him because
Yeah.
he's made a few of those challenges
Yeah.
where he's dived in, and he's been fortunate to come. Well, not fortunate. He's done well to come out
He's
with the ball,
timed it well.
but the likelihood is he will misjudge one.
Yeah.
So he needs
Yeah.
to learn
Just
in the
watch it,
Premiership.
Yeah.
Because people
In
will
VAR
notice.
world,
yeah,
yeah.
people will notice this guy likes to dive in, and they will wait and they will wait and they'll sell him a
Harry
nice-
Kane him.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then again, if you
And Mo Salah.
if you take that aspect of his game away,
Mm-hmm.
he will be a lesser player.
No, he can just. This is his first
Just
season.
refine
He'll
it.
just learn. He'll just learn to stand on his feet.
Adjust as
And
we
can
go.
I say it now?
6 games in.
Can I say it now? I believe, I'm going to say it with my chest out.
Yeah,
I think he's the sole heir apparent to Virgil van Dijk.
yeah.
I said
There you
it.
go. There you go, man.
I said it from what I've seen.
yeah.
If he keeps it up,
yeah,
sole heir.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
yeah.
So you're giving him a
and
10,
he's
Jamal?
I'm giving him a 10. That
I've
was
said
just
it.
World class
And I know
performance.
Brian will agree with me.
You know. Yeah.
Brian, we're going to escape from the nut house with this one. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we go on to
Hold
Kieran.
on, I haven't given my one
Oh,
yet.
sorry, Lord
yeah.
Vader. Sorry.
All right.
I'm going to give Gabriel a 10 as well.
Mhm.
He's been the outstanding performer in the 7 games that he's
Yes. Country
played
mile.
for us.
Country mile.
I just love the way he's an aggressive player, the way he just gets on top of people.
Ruffles their feathers.
Yeah, he doesn't care who you are. He's very I think he had a 92% passing rate.
Never gives
yesterday.
the ball away.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
92% pass rate.
Yeah.
Which is something, and he's always in the air. He's there to head the ball away
And wins.
Yeah.
and wins headers.
Him and Rob Holding had that air on lock.
Yeah.
In the air, they were on lock.
Yeah, there was something else I wanted to say about him. I can't remember what it is now. I'll bring it up later if it comes
Bring it
back
up,
into
bring
my
it up,
head.
bring it up.
But he's definitely my player of the season so far. So 10 out of 10 for Gabriel.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fully deserved gap.
Right, so we go on to Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney, for me, I would give him an 8 because it was industry he had and passion.
Yeah.
He had lots of passion. No, he had a lot of industry. Going forward, you can see what he tried to do, but it just didn't come off. But I ain't taking that away from his game. He was, when it came to Greenwood coming down his side, down his end, he was up for it. Rashford, what you doing down there, son? Go over there. You know, he was Wan-Bissaka. You go back, man. So Kieran Tierney, you know I love this boy anyway. So yes, I'm going to give him an 8.
I agree with you again. You're on fire today, Lee.
Of course I'm on fire.
I'll give him an 8 as well. There was one hairy moment when he missed a header and Greenwood was actually in, and then Partey came to the rescue.
I was just about to say that.
You know,
This guy puts out a lot of fires.
Yeah, I'm telling you, right. This is what we
Partey.
missed.
Gonna
Right?
call him the fireman, isn't it?
Listen, this guy puts out fires.
Exactly. It's
fireman.
Partey to the rescue.
Thank you. Doom, 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 doom,
Yeah.
doom, doom.
That was the only mistake in the whole game, right? But I think you were about to say that offensively he was a little
But
bit
he
more
managed to
reserved.
get back in place, didn't he? He held it
Yeah.
up.
I think
Yeah.
I think he had a specific job that I think Arteta told him, don't get adventurous because Rashford is going to get behind you.
Plus, can I just say something as well, just quickly? what you said, Gabes, this is the reason why he's not in the 9 bracket, is because I felt that some of his passes were safety. When he could have moved up, passed it forward, he opted for safety first, which ain't a bad thing.
Yeah.
But when you're in the ascendancy,
you have to go for throats.
you have to gamble. So, Lord Vader.
So 8-8.
I'm going to give Tierney an 8.5. I think he dealt with the threat that was posed. He nullified it. He played. He did what the manager asked him. I would have guessed, like the two of you have said. Manager said, listen, don't be adventurous. If you can get forward, which he did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he put in some great crosses at times. Just unfortunately, they were to somebody who's 5'7" in Lacazette. But that aside, he played a very good and intelligent game. So I'm going to give him an 8.5. You know, I think you guys have covered more or less everything that I wanted to say.
Yeah. So now, the roof is on fire. And then
We no water, let that burn.
Dum, dum. We're going to party hard. I said we were going to party hard. That's what we're going to do. Thomas, the bad boy, Patrick Vieira in the making. Party. This guy, man, I was just in amazement how he was bossing the midfield. Because before the game, I was like, right.
Oh, sorry, I remembered what I wanted to say about Gabriel.
Let's do this.
Henry Winter gave Gabriel a 6.
Okay. Up yours, Winter. Pardon my friend.
And he gave
He
gave Lindelof a 7.
Brilliant. Excellent.
Was he watching the right game?
Excellent.
Yes, I thought I'd throw that in there. I was like, what the hell what's wrong with you?
Yeah, he must have been playing the FIFA version.
But yes, sorry to cut you.
Yes.
It just came back into my head.
So with Partey, we haven't seen that, like we've said earlier on in the show. We haven't seen that type of midfield performance before. Before the game, I was thinking, right, it's Partey versus Pogba. How's he going to fare?
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Man, it was Partey versus Pogba, Fred, Fernandes, McTominay, and he wiped them all out. I was like, Pogba looked redundant, mate.
Yeah, Pogba looked laborious and slow.
Slow, mate.
Pogba looked like a Skoda, while our Ferrari was cruising
Jesus,
past
man. My goodness. So I don't want to swallow up the whole show talking about Partey, but man, this guy is levels.
Looked like an Austin Allegro.
My goodness, he was levels.
Mini Metro Paul Pogba. So what score did you give him?
Oh man, I'm going to give him a 9.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a 9 because he was amazing, man.
Yeah. And it's really tough, like in that midfield, to get a 93% passing accuracy. That's amazing. He won the most duels, most tackles. Just ran that game with his midfield partner. £45 million, well spent. You know,
£45 million bargain,
bargain, right? And exactly what we've been crying out for years.
Exactly.
Right. So, what did you give him?
I gave him 9.
I gave him a 10. I give him a 10.
10's all around.
10. It's just perfect midfield performance. Just missed a goal. That's it.
Yeah, I'm going to join you in the 10s, Jamal. I thought he had a fantastic game. Like you said, he dealt with Man United's laborious midfielders like they were playing for bloody Charlton. Yeah. You know, he just looked levels above.
He looked levels, man.
What they had.
Yeah.
He brought some.
You remind me, there was one moment. Sorry. One moment when Pogba finally won a ball, and he took it off him.
And then Thomas
and then Partey's like, "Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Give me back. Give me back
the ball. That was one thing about him. It was his recovery, because I remember the ball got stolen.
Yeah,
and then Partey just come back.
Like, hold on, that's not in the script.
Yeah, he's that screen. And I think because he's got more license as well at Arsenal to go forward rather than just sit back. He's going to learn how to express himself.
Yeah,
but he's bringing some steel inside the silk. that he's got. You know, he's got the whole repertoire of nutmegs and passing and accuracy, and it's like
nuts.
And he's not your tough tackler.
He was nutmegging people after 3 minutes.
He's your interceptor.
Yeah.
You know, he'll take the ball off your toes.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic asset to have. Means you don't give away too many fouls.
Yeah.
And if he does need to foul, he'll foul you. Yeah. Which he got a yellow card for, which shows he's clearly not afraid of the dirty side of the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So for me, I'm going to give him... Yeah, I've given him a 10. I just thought, you know what? I look forward to seeing him grow into this team.
Yeah. And to be surrounded by better players as well.
Absolutely.
In the future.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes. So, I'm going to go on to the next player. And I'm going to sing a song from the group that sung It's Just Another Manic Monday, where they wish it was Sunday.
Gonna walk like an Egyptian. Da, 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 da.
I'm going to talk like an Egyptian.
Are you going to play like Egyptian?
I can't play like him.
Okay.
The king, the Egyptian king.
The Pharaoh.
El who?
Oh, El Neni.
El Neni. My goodness gracious me. Walk like an Egyptian. Yes.
No.
My goodness. Yes. Shout going out to the Bangles. It's just another manic Monday. Yes. So I'm giving El Nene a 10. My man of the match. He done everything right. Everything good. Emmanuel Petit, 0.2. Over to you.
Fantastic. I think there's not anything else you can give him apart from 10. Because it's what epitomizes
what Xhaka
his game
don't do.
I think Xhaka will have his time. I think, and he served us well.
Xhaka will have his time.
He'll have his time. He'll have his moment.
Yeah.
But right now, it's them two are the new kings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I loved about him, which epitomizes his actual game, is dying minutes.
Yeah.
We're under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The balls is coming left, right, and center. And what does he do? He goes out of the formation, chases down, not one player, not two player, all the way to the centre backs.
Yeah.
Chased out Lindelof out of the stadium.
Yeah.
Chased him back all the way to the changing rooms.
What is this guy? What is this? These guys are on drugs, you know.
Listen,
when they were changing, El Neni was in there with them, man.
And he was
marking them.
And he was walking back, and he was just gave 110%.
110%.
Unbelievable,
man.
and he knows the passing. You know, dribbling was ridiculous. Man United fans were saying, "Oh my God, we are getting bowled out of the stadium." But El Neni, what's going on? You know.
But he is our Darren. Who was the guy they had under Ferguson? Darren Ferguson, wasn't it?
Oh, Darren Ferguson.
Darren Ferguson wasn't anything.
Darren
Ferguson wasn't anything.
Fletcher.
Darren Fletcher. Sorry,
Yeah.
Fletcher.
Darren Fletcher wasn't anything special,
Yeah.
but he was bloody effective.
Yeah.
He was
Nicky
a great
Butt.
player for United.
Yeah. He was.
So, you know, if El Neni can even have half of the career Darren Fletcher had, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, just long may it continue.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm going to give El Neni a 10.
Yeah.
And to go back to Henry Winter.
Oh, God.
Henry Winter gave El Neni a 7. Gave him a 7, and he gave McTominay an 8.
Oh, my
Can
days.
you read out what the reasoning for the 7?
No, there is no reasoning. But that was his marking.
Yeah.
He used a word here which I have to use. El Neni marauded around the midfield, which he did. The man was like a...
He was all over the place.
He was like an engine, a souped up engine.
Yeah.
You know, he played out of his skin. I agree with you, Lee. He was man of the match in this game. For me, Gabriel was my player of the season so far, but yesterday's game, El Neni was man of the match. I did not see that performance coming from him.
Okay, so we need to hurry this along so we can get to talk about, you know, the other topics and get on to back down memory lane with the centre backs. So, what we're saying quickly about Willian. So it'd be me.
Yeah.
Willian gets a 7.5. Industry, craft, and industry. Very good setup for the goal leading up towards the penalty to get us the goal. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5.
I'll give him an 8.5 because I thought his overall performance was really
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah,
was really
change
good.
that for me, please.
And
8.5.
his experience that he brings. He played in that stadium so many times, and he knew what to do.
Yeah,
right, from passing to running to dribbling to give and go, to the right back. Top class. I think 8.5. How about you?
I'm
guys?
going to give Willian a 9. I thought he showed his experience. He did what was necessary in the game. I thought like you say, his link up with Bellerin was very good. This is his best game for Arsenal for me.
Yeah.
Fulham wasn't even a competition. This is where we need players to show who they are and what they bring to the table.
Exactly.
And he showed what he is and he showed who he is and what he brings. And in part showed why Pepe was left out of the game.
Yeah.
Because Pepe wouldn't have done half the things he did. So 9 for me from Willian.
Okay, so just moving over to the left-hand side, Bukayo Saka. So I'm going to give Saka 7.5. He didn't play bad. I thought he was good. I loved the way he helped us go at United, helped us with the press. So I'll give him 7.5. I thought he was good.
Yeah,
yourself?
I would give him a 7. I think he had a solid game. I would have loved him to put that chance away, that cross from
the header.
Who crossed that ball?
Bellerin, isn't it?
Bellerin, right?
Oh, Bellerin, yeah, because Willian gave it to Bellerin, yeah.
Brilliant cross, right on his forehead. Should have buried that. But I think, again, his all-round play was very good. So I'll give him a 7. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm going to give Saka an 8. I thought it was an interesting tussle between him and Wan-Bissaka at times. I thought he had a very good game. I thought he drove at United, carried the ball.
Yes.
He did everything that we wanted or we would like Pepe to do. Didn't give the ball away cheaply. Heading is something that obviously he's going to have to add to his bow. Should have done better, but it is what it is. Didn't cost us in the end. I thought he had a very good game at the old toilet.
Just to add that in.
Yeah.
So we're going to our captain, Pierre-Emerick. I'm going to give him 7.5. The industry, he was a bit anonymous, but is that fair to say? No. The industry was there, but we expect to see more. For dispatching that penalty, 7.5.
7.5. Yeah, I'll
because that was pressure as well, because he hasn't scored for a while.
Yeah. I thought him and Lacazette had for the first time there was a partnership there. He was playing. I've noticed that he was playing a lot closer. Them two were playing a lot closer, and he gave. And Wan-Bissaka didn't know where he was half the time. Every time a cross came in, right, he was either getting sucked into play or just ball watching.
Yeah.
He should have scored at least one more. But his all-round play kept the ball well. His passing was very good. I think an good all-round performance that just missed an open play goal. So 8.
I'm going to give Oba 8 as well. I had as nervous as it was, I wasn't worried about the penalty. I thought he did a captain's performance. It wasn't a vintage performance from him. Yeah. But it was an effective performance. Yeah. Ran himself into the ground. Yeah. I'm going to just give him an 8.
Okay, so moving on to Lacazette. Lacazette was industrious. He was part of the team. You can't say that we were a man down in this game. He was part of the team. He done as well as he could. Yeah. I'll give him a 7.5 as well. I thought he was good today. Yesterday.
I will give. Are you? Yeah, done.
Yeah, done. I'm done.
Yeah. I'll give him.
We have to get through these quickly.
I'll give Lacazette a 9 because I think he set the tone straight from the go. Right. Never gave them a minute rest.
Yeah, he was industrious. I got to give him that. He won
so many balls. Every chance that we created, if you watch it back, almost all the chances that we created started from him winning the ball, and putting their defense under pressure. Yeah, right. He deserved the goal. His all-round play, and for once, his hold-up play was very good. We criticized him. Where the ball just bounces off his shin. He was fantastic, honestly. Right. And I would give him a 9. And that's why Arteta stuck with him.
I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he did very well. Probably his best game for a while for me. But even still, as well as he's done, I want more from him other than holding up the ball. Do something else, take the ball, turn, do something more. I want more from him. Yeah. But in this game, I thought he did very well. Yeah. Was unlucky to Lindelof got that little touch which redirected the ball.
He was stretching,
But a very good performance from Lacazette.
Yeah, it was.
So what did you say you gave him, Lee?
7.5.
Okay. And I gave him a 9.
Yeah. So we go on to Eddie. I don't think he was on that long.
Yeah, I think
I'd give him a 7.
Burst of run that he made, man, that took the attention.
I'll give him Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I'll give him a 7 because they'd all done a job. Yeah. Who else came in? Mustafi came on. I'll give him a 7 because he got thrown on, and
you know what I mean. Us over the line.
He helped us.
I love that run by Nketiah that took 2-3 minutes away. Where he took the ball, I don't know where he got that sprint from. He just took the ball to the corner flag and ate some time.
Yeah. So what are you giving them?
Yeah. So 8
for who?
7, and the rest 7. Yeah.
You're giving who 8?
Nketiah.
Okay, and
for that brilliant time wasting.
Ainsley,
I'll give him a 7.
And Mustafi,
I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, Eddie, I'm gonna give Eddie an 8. I thought he'd done really well when he came on. Just kept the intensity up front.
Yeah.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I'm going to give him a 5. I thought he
needs to get some food, man.
He was falling over and giving the ball away. I know it's probably difficult to get into the speed of the game. Yeah. But at the end where he was supposed to clear the ball and I think he slipped and he made a hash brown out of a clearance. Yeah. I know Brian.
Yeah, I think he saw his boots.
But yeah, I'm going to give him a 5. I'm actually going to give Mustafi a higher mark than Ainsley. I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he came on and just
did his job,
saw us over the line, and he's getting a 7 just because he didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
Well done, Mustafi.
Well done, son. Okay, so what are we giving the manager? So I'm giving the manager 10.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 10. I think he got everything right.
His first time at Old Trafford, and he got it right first time.
And he's the first manager to win 2 times? Was it something like, what's the thing they were saying about Man United and Arsenal? Arteta, the first manager to win twice at Old Trafford in their first 2 games.
Is it to beat them back to back?
Twice, back to back?
I think
so. Are you talking?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Because we ain't won at Old Trafford for a long time.
Yeah. So what they mean is he probably
maybe back to back.
How he won his first 2 games against Manchester United. Is that what they mean?
Maybe. Because this is the first time at Old Trafford.
Yeah, so he beat them back to back.
Yeah. So who are we saying played for the badge and who are we saying goes in the bin? Sorry.
I think it would be easier.
Hold on, I haven't even asked you.
Yeah.
We ain't even asked what's your ratings?
For the
Arteta.
For Arteta.
10's all round.
Give him a 10, bro.
Okay. So 10. So who played for the badge for me? Everyone.
The whole team,
yeah. I don't think
who do you leave out? If you leave out someone that will probably
everyone played for the badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple as that.
Who goes in the bin?
Roy Keane.
Mike Dean.
He didn't send him off.
Huh?
Mike
Dean goes in the bin, man.
I thought just for being Mike Dean, yeah.
And up yours to Roy Keane. And whoever wrote in the Times, what's his name?
Winter.
You go in the bin as well,
Yeah,
Henry.
yeah.
Up yours.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've only got a limited period of time. So what we shall do, we were going to talk about, is Arteta's criticism, justified? But what we shall do, we'll go down memory lane. All right. So part 2 of the centre backs. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with Gabes because we ended on you with Squadron Mustafi.
Okay. Yep.
So what do you think of Squadron Mustafi?
I think Squadron Mustafi has not lived up to the billing that he came with.
I'll agree with you on that one. I'll buy that for $1.
I think he's...
That's an understatement.
I'm being kind. I'm not really in Lord Vader mode after yesterday's performance. But, yeah, the sooner he goes, the better. I think it's better all round. He'll probably go somewhere else and turn into the player that he should have been.
Well, he's trying to go, and we're not letting him.
Yeah, I didn't understand the club offering him a bloody contract. Just say no, thanks. Thanks for your time. And I'm glad somebody in that negotiation had the common sense to turn down the contract, which was Mustafi.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody was the
I didn't
adult
see
in
that
the
coming.
room.
I really didn't see that coming.
At least he was the adult in the room.
So what happened was, I think host Fahmy has stepped down, or he's been sacked. Our chief negotiator who used to handle the contract, and Edu's took the job on. So I'm really worried that Edu's the guy who actually offered him a contract.
Well, whatever it is.
Whatever it was, he declined.
Yeah, Mustafi's turned it down.
Thank you,
Mustafi.
Thank you, Mustafi, for that. Your services to Arsenal.
Okay, so now would you like to add anything else?
No,
to the Mustafi court.
No, there's nothing further to add to Mustafi's file.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna flick a name up and land on Solskjaer Campbell. Right. So Sol, 135 appearances in his first stint from 2001 to 06, and then he had another stint playing 11 games in 2010. So, who's that over the hill? Is it a spud? No. Is it a toffee?
Double.
No. Is it a saint? No. It's Super Soul.
So Campbell
on a free.
has won the double.
It's Super Soul on a free.
Da, 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 da.
And those clowns from the lane have won fuck all again. And so Campbell has won the double.
So Campbell, are you going to stay at White Lane?
Hell no, that's for losers.
Yeah, I'm staying. And then what happened the following week?
Yeah, so we all remember that summer of speculation. Is he going to go Liverpool? Is he going to go abroad? And then we saw him coming over the hill. Remember, Bri?
What a signing.
Who's that coming over the hill with Wenger in the distance?
Yeah.
It's Sol Campbell. Yes. So, Sol's a gooner. So, Sol is an invincible. Won 4 honours whilst he was there. He was on the 49-game unbeaten run.
Yep.
And he should know that because he was vexed with Rooney for doing a Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Oh, for doing that thing that Roy Keane thinks Man United don't do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you remember when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got him sent off with the elbow?
Yeah, I remember that as well.
You know?
What was his name that played for Liverpool? Got him sent off as well. The forward. Can't remember his name. It'll come back to me.
Fowler?
So, yes. No, not a foul. Not Fowler.
Is he what nationality?
I can't remember his name. It will come to me.
Heskey?
No.
Owen?
No.
Unimportant.
Unimportant, my dear man.
Yeah.
Right, so what we saying about Solskjaer Campbell?
Quality defender. And it was it's still the most shocking Arsenal transfer ever.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember a more shocking transfer?
No, I'll tell you this much.
Yeah.
It took guts.
Huge guts, because his first game back at White Lane, it was like,
Remember the effigy hanging,
the racism.
the coach getting.
That's all small potatoes.
Exactly.
To actually see your brother in the crowd giving you abuse must have been a hell of a thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was crazy.
From what I
Right.
read, I've read somewhere, that him and his brother don't speak because of that
Absolutely.
incident.
Wow.
Yeah, and
All the other stuff is background noise. To actually
Exactly.
see a family member joining in with the abuse must be mind blowing.
And the great thing is, without him, the invincible does not happen. Right?
Yeah.
And it was
sole
the
heir
times-
apparent
Yeah.
to
it's
Tony Adams.
When we were used
He
to
was
be-
immense.
Yeah.
Guy was immense. Nobody could brush him. Who was that clown at West Ham who was doing
Zamora. Bobby
Zamora's-
Zamora.
So Zamora, like,
The clown.
yeah. And it was that era when Arsenal were ruthless, right? So who can we get to take us that next level, right?
I think Sol Campbell was the answer, because Tony Adams was on his way out.
Yeah.
So Sol Campbell was, the answer to our prayers.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking, bloody hell, once Captain Marvel leaves, Tony Adams leaves, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And then, he got to play alongside Adams for a spell.
Exactly.
And then just took on that mantle,
And if
took
you
on
remember,
that role,
I
man.
was watching, remember in the Invincible season, we went to, away to Liverpool,
Mm-hmm.
and we won with 10 men, was it?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was that Pires, like that brilliant goal. And that match, I remember, the pressing was unbelievable. And everybody raving about Liverpool now.
Mm-hmm.
Man City. That team was the original pressing team,
Mm-hmm.
right? So to play like that, high up, you need defenders that are quick. And our back four was really quick,
Yeah, they were.
right? So you couldn't do that sort of game with another Tony Adams style defender.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to improve his back four to fit the new Arsenal,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he's great sign. I think one of Wenger's best signings, and when he retired, we haven't replaced him at all
Oh, we have now.
for years
All hail Gabriel.
until now. It's a long way to go,
Yes.
but yeah,
So
great signing.
I think we've pretty much said what we can say on Sol's Campbell, Super Sol Campbell.
Yeah,
So we're going to throw another name up, and it's going to land on his defensive partner, Colo Torre. Give me Colo Torre. Colo Torre.
Nico Lottori.
Right, so 225 appearances, 5 honours from 2002 to 2009. So Colo Torre, a midfielder converted into a right back, left back,
Just to a
Then-
centre back. Yeah,
to a centre back.
fantastic.
The crazy story what Ray Parler tells of him
He-
taking out
When
Arsene
he
Wenger.
cleaned out the manager.
Yeah, and him thinking that he would never get into the Arsenal team because of what he thought was a shocking trial,
Yeah,
because he took out Arsene Wenger,
the manager got carried off.
and then the manager said, "I'm having some of that. You're staying, son."
One stretcher for Wenger.
He said, "You're staying, son." Then he's like Sol. He's an invincible. He went on a 49 game unbeaten run.
Unbelievable.
However, when he caught that bout of malaria, his powers
His superpowers
Yeah,
deserted him.
Yeah,
left him,
yeah.
and he wasn't the same. And then especially with the partnership he had with William Gallas, it just wasn't the same. It
just
was
not
very
right.
calamitous.
Yeah, he came back.
Unbalanced.
He came back like Gus Caesar.
Oh my
Bit harsh.
days! That's harsh.
Bit harsh, Gabs.
That's harsh.
He left as Colo Torre and reappeared as Gus Caesar.
Or Coco the Clown.
Sebastian Scalacci.
Colo the
yeah?
Clown.
No, yeah. So listen, is the one of those players where I'm not sure how Wenger used to produce these kind of players, plucked him out of nowhere, converted him and reconverted him several times, and finally came out, as a amazing defender.
Oh, Wenger had the magic touch then.
Yeah,
he did.
So
he did.
His partnership, and I think as
All hell
well,
Arsenal
because
around
sometimes you need those partnerships, because when Sol Campbell was out of the picture, not just with them hilarious, it's just that you need a partner that you trust, right? And I don't think you can trust certain, Sandros or William Gallas. They're too similar.
But it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think what a great signing, man.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
What a great signing.
Kolo was a great player. Quick, I remember seeing him at Fulham. I went with the kids to watch them at Fulham, and I had to sit in the Fulham end because I was working for Fulham at the time as a coach, and we got some tickets. Luckily, it was for the Arsenal game, so I was in the Fulham end, and he went in for a 50-50 shoulder barge with Luis Boa-Morte. Luis Boa-Morte was, he was a big guy. You don't realise how big these guys are until you see them in the flesh.
Yeah.
And he sent him flying.
He sent Peter Schmeichel flying.
He sent him flying. I was like, man.
This guy, Kolo Touré, was strong because he sent Peter Schmeichel flying. Yeah. And no one does that to Schmeichel. So this guy, like you said, he was robust.
What I loved about him, one last thing. What I loved about him is not just right back. Remember, Wenger used him in midfield. He turned up all across back four. Wherever he put him, he'll play and he will give 110%. Unbelievable sign.
I'll say one thing: the Touré brothers have done well for themselves.
Yeah, they have.
Fantastically.
They were fantastic players, man.
Isn't he with Rodgers now? At
Leicester. Yeah,
he took him.
I saw him the other day.
As a coach.
Yeah.
He's on a coaching staff.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Had him at Liverpool. He had him at Celtic.
City. He was at City. Yeah.
Good. Glad to see it. Let's see if we can get a few more black players to actually become managers.
Absolutely.
That's another show.
Yeah, that's the next step. Okay, so I'm going to throw the name up again, and it's going to land on Johan Giroud. So, 86 appearances, no honours. Came to us in 2004, left in 2014. Wow, just like his compatriot, Senderos.
Yep.
Swiss international. Came with a lot of promise.
Didn't have a lot of injuries as well?
Didn't have a lot of injuries, but he didn't deliver. Just like Senderos didn't deliver. And remember those two at the back, young and had, young, fresh, had all the attributes, but just didn't really deliver on a consistent basis.
That was Wenger's
plan.
Problem there, right there. He'd play Senderos and Giroud, and it's like between the two of them, they had no experience.
Yeah.
Which just led to how can you football is one job where you can't learn on the job.
Yeah.
Football is a proper apprenticeship.
Exactly,
you need to learn. You need somebody to teach you the skills.
Yeah. You need to play alongside someone who's going to teach you the ropes, show you the ropes.
He wasn't terrible. Arsenal fans, they will slag off people like Sagan and Giroud and all those type of players, but these players did not have a foundation, right? No protection in midfield. Ever since he sold Gilberto, there was no holding player. He used to play Denilson, like it was crazy midfield. Denilson right next to Fabregas. Who's going to protect the day? Who will protect the back four, right? So he never had a foundation, and like you said, where was that experienced player to actually show him how to defend? None.
Yeah, Wenger was losing his marbles there. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of the end.
Yeah,
it was amazing how we managed to get top four in those days. Was unbelievable.
I think if Mikel Arteta got a hold of these players, I think he could get something out of them.
Yeah, they weren't bad players.
They weren't bad players.
They just had no guidance,
no defensive nous about them.
Yeah,
So right, so we're coming towards the end of the show. So we've only got one. We've got room for one more.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have to break it into the third part 3,
Absolutely.
next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one I'm going to throw up, I'm going to throw the name, and it's going to land on William Gallas. Right, so Mr. Gallas, 101 appearances, no honours, came in 2006 and left 2010. So Gallas got given a captain's armband, and I think our memorable moment of Gallas is when he sulked.
I think
When Birmingham City, we gave a penalty, we considered a penalty, and he went off and trudged off on the sidelines and sulked.
Didn't he sit on the pitch?
Yeah, I think you know what? I think you have to put that in context. I think what happened, he just saw
Let himself down.
One of his players almost had his leg cut off, right?
What, the Eduardo challenge?
The Eduardo incident,
But
right?
that
and that season really hurt because wasn't
that's
that the
got
year
nothing
that
to
we
do
were chasing the
title.
Chasing title, yeah.
But that's got nothing to do with the incident.
But the thing about him is that if he was a certain other player, that would be spun. And look how much he cares. Look at the passion. Look, this is a real captain, right? But the whole thing was turned around because I think that was used to take the focus away from the criminal actions of who was that guy who broke his leg? I can't remember. He's nobody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that was the story of the game. Is that
we know that, but
and they said, "Oh, Wenger, how could you say that about a defender? He didn't have a bad bone in his body and all that." But I was fed up in that game because the whole story came, oh, look, Arsenal falling apart. This is your captain. This is how much he's talking. It was rubbish.
But
he was a good defender. And again, he was the right player at the wrong time.
For me, do you want to say something, Lord Vader?
I think I'm not a fan of William Gallas. I don't think he did anything wrong, but I think we ended up with the short straw out of that deal.
Thank you.
We gave Chelsea a world-class player, and we got
I agree there.
a less than world-class player in return, and we're still suffering the consequences of that deal to this day.
Thank you.
And Chelsea are just about, Chelsea felt the benefits of that deal for over 15 years.
Yeah, they got huge leg up.
Yeah.
They got huge leg up. And
I think that for me is why I dislike Gallas, because of what we gave up to get him.
Yeah, we should be keeping Ashley Cole and signing him.
That just really still after all. When was that? 2003?
2005. Was it?
2005? Man, that still rankles me. We're like 15 years later. And
it must have been 06, isn't it? Because that's when Gallas come and that was the swap deal. So it must have been 06.
It still rankles with me. It
still
just annoys me to hell.
Okay, so we're going to have to cut it there. I'll give my thoughts on Gallas next week in part 3's Back Down Memory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, Brian, if you're listening, whenever you're ready, come and join us. So we're going to give quick predictions of the game. So the game against Moldova, I expect 3 goals to go in. You, Jem?
Who are we playing?
What's their name? Molda.
Yeah. I'm expecting. I want to see 5 goals.
5 goals. Okay, Lord Vader.
I think we will get. We're at home, so I think 4-0.
4-0. Okay, Villa's game. I'm going 3-1.
It's gonna be a tough game. I think it's gonna be a 2-1 to us.
I'm going for
because they'll come ready.
I'm going for a 3-1.
Okay, so you've been listening to the Magic Hat Show where you have me, Lee, Jam, and Gabs, Lord Vader. Okay, we have to love and leave you one and all. So we are going to give you the handle before we go, which is
Magic Hat Jam.
Okay, and you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Magic Hat Show. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the Magic Hat Show. You're going to be played out by that tune. But what I'm going to do is say, we're going to party hard. Yes, we're going to party hard.
Bye.